Beep beep, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We are at a place called Wizard of Odds, and this is located on 10966 Mahoning Avenue in North Jackson, Ohio, somewhere west of Youngstown, Ohio. As you can see by the sign there, they have lighting, books, glassware, candles, furniture, pictures, art, etc., etc. Looks like a pretty big place. We're going to go inside and check out what baseball cards they have. So if you go in front of the store and you go around the cash register to the right and then up to the front again, there are two cases showcasing mostly autographed baseball cards, like that one there of Luis Aparicio they have for sale for $65. There's a Tug McGraw and a Jim Abbott, Ron Cey, Johnny Padres, Bert Hooton, Pedro Guerrero, Don Larson, Boog Powell, Mickey Lolich, Mark Fidrich, Fred Lynn, and there's a 1990 Topps Nolan Ryan for $2. You can't go anywhere without seeing some junk wax. There's a 2003 Topps Heritage base set with no short prints or variations. Looks like it's missing a few cards. And there's a few more autos over here. Various sports represented. This one features cards of the Ohio State University. And we're going to go into the second case. And there's Ray Knight, Kevin Mitchell, Rick Ankiel, a 2001 Upper Deck Legendary Cuts complete set for $85. Some more Ohio State University cards. I mean, after all, we are in Ohio. Apologize for the lighting. Fluorescent light bulbs, as you can see, were right above these cases. Further back in the store, I did find some older magazines. This 1976 Street and Smiths. There's a 1972 one featuring Vida Blue on the cover. I think that one was priced at $5. But don't quote me on that. I don't remember very well. Found another case that had these $1.25 made-up packs. As you can see, they feature mostly junk wax. And that was pretty much all the baseball cards I found in this place. But I did pick up 3 cards, and I will show you what I got at the end of this video. But before that, we stopped at a park just east of here called Liberty Park and got Cody out to stretch his legs, sniff a tree. And we were in this region because it's not far from Newcastle, PA, where he was at a dog show at Lawrence County Fairgrounds over the Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, he's picking up something there, and there he is, getting a drink. So right after this, I'll go over what I got here, so stay tuned. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that short tour of Wizard of Odds, which is an antique mall in North Jackson, Ohio, on 10966 Mahoning Avenue, west of Youngstown, Ohio. We were at dog shows at Lawrence County Fairgrounds, just outside of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and while we were away from the dog show, we went to look at some antique malls and antique stores. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything between Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and the Ohio River in the western part of Pennsylvania. We visited, I think, 2 or 3 antique stores, and I didn't really find anything worth filming. Some of them didn't have any cards at all. I think 2 of them had some junk wax, but they were in terrible shape and overpriced. So I just didn't think that was worth my time. But one of the days we went out to the Youngstown, Ohio area, and we went to Land Lion Antique Mall, which was the subject of my previous video. And this one, Wizard of Odds. And as you can tell by the cases that I filmed, lots of autographed cards, and that's basically what I came home with. So let's go over what I got there. But before that, let's check out Omar and Grimace, beep beep, honk honk, toot toot. So, Kevin Mitchell. I'm kind of surprised. Don't see Kevin Mitchell cards, autograph cards out in the wild very much. So this piqued my curiosity. I was a fan of Kevin Mitchell. He started in the late 80s when I was really following baseball pretty closely, and here he is with the Giants. This was released in 2003 in a set called the Topps All-Time Fan Favorites Archives Autographs. Quite a mouthful there. This is card FFA-KM. And this is based on the 1989 Topps design. This is what the back of that card looks like. And got that for $8, but this seller was having a 20% off sale, so the actual price I paid for this was $6.40. Beckett price range for this was between $6 and $15. eBay buy it now is between $21 and $50, and sold comps were going between $10 and $15. So I thought I got a pretty decent deal on this, and this was definitely a player I collect. I was a fan of Kevin Mitchell, so I was really happy to find that. The next card, I grew up being a fan of Tug McGraw. In fact, I actually met Tug McGraw in person outside Veterans Stadium. I don't know if I mentioned this before on the channel, but my dad and I were wandering around Veterans Stadium looking for tickets for a baseball game in the future during the summertime. And we were wandering around this one area, and I think we went into this office. It was a glass store, and we were asking them if they sold tickets, and they said we weren't in the right place and gave us directions elsewhere. They didn't tell us what exactly they were, but I kind of suspect they were some kind of a human relations or player relations kind of office, because there were other players that we could see through this glass window, and I believe I saw Mike Schmidt and Gary Maddox further back in that office wearing suits. But when we went outside to go to the ticket place, Tug McGraw was walking around outside, and he was a lot taller than I ever imagined he was, and he was wearing a cowboy hat. He says, what did he say to me? He said, hey kid, what's up? And I said, hi Tug. And of course, me being the geeky kid I was actually at Veterans Stadium wearing a Toronto Blue Jays baseball cap. How embarrassing. I don't know what was going through Tug's mind, why this little kid was walking around looking all geeky and wearing his Blue Jays cap at a Phillies stadium, but such as it is. But I'll never forget that moment. It was the first baseball player I ever met in person. I didn't ask him for an autograph or anything. I just said hi to him, and he walked off into that office, and such as it was. I don't think my dad actually knew who he was. Anyway, it's really great to get an autographed card of his. Wish he was still alive. Rest in peace, Tug. I mean, he battled brain cancer. I think I don't remember when that happened, but it was sad to hear that. Anyway, Beckett price range for this is between $12.50 and $30. There is one eBay buy it now at the time of this filming that is $74, which I think is probably way too high for this. There are no sold comps for this card. Apologies for my voice going astray there. There were two cards in this set. This is TT37F on the 85 Topps design, and there's a TT37R, which is on the 65 Topps design, and that's what you can basically find on eBay right now. And sold comps for that 65 design card were going between $10 and $40, so this is probably a fair price for it. And since I got it for 20% off, the total price for this one was $20, so I thought that was a great deal and a great addition to my collection. I'm really pleased to find this one out in the wild. The third and last card, this is from 2017 Topps Archive Signature Series. You can barely see it, but this is part of the postseason version of this. I guess there's one that isn't and one that is, and I don't know if they all have the same players or not, but this is basically from a buyback program, and this is his 2012 Topps base card, stamped with this, numbered 17 out of 23, signed by Kevin, and sealed in this, whatever you want to call it. This was priced at $35. 20% off brought it down to $28. So I was pleased with that. I could not find any sold comps for that on eBay, and nobody was actually selling it at all on eBay. There's a comparable 2018 Archive Signature Series card of Kevin that is numbered out of 7. I believe it's a buy it now for $45.99 plus like $4 or $5 shipping, something like that. So I thought this was probably a fair price. When I was looking at this on my phone at the store, I was like, well, if that's going for $45 and there aren't any sold comps, $35 is probably not too bad for this. And with the 20% off, it's just like, yeah, let's get it. I do like low numbered cards when I can find them if they are at a decent price, and I understand they really take off if it's a certain big player name. And Kevin's not a big player name, but I still enjoyed watching his career the few times I was watching baseball back then. So definitely a player I collect. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Let's go get it. There were a lot of other interesting cards in there, but I didn't want to spend too much time because my wife and Cody were waiting out in the car in 82, 83 degree heat. Of course, they had the air conditioner running, but still, I didn't want them to wait out there for too long. We had other places to see, so I just bought 3 cards there. Anyway, that's what I got there at I just forgot the name of the place. Wizard of Odds Antique Mall. I'd like to go see that place again sometime in the future if we ever get out that way again. It's hard to tell with dog shows. We tend to go to dog shows on the western part of the state, and sort of like south and west, because when we go to the eastern side, there's usually a lot of paid handlers and really large, oversized dogs, and it's hard to compete with them. But we'll see how big Cody gets down the road. Maybe he might be able to compete with those. I mean, we haven't been to an eastern Pennsylvania show in quite a long time. We took Riker to a couple of them years ago, and he didn't do that well in the AKC ones, but there was another one that he did okay in. It's a smaller league. Anyway, I'm rambling on, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Take care, everybody. Beep, beep.